Q8215-2. If a flared tube coupling nut is over-tightened, where is the tube most likely to be weakened divided by damaged? A. Along the entire length of the sleeve and tube interface. B. At the edge of the sleeve and straight portion of the tube. C. At the sleeve, fitting nut, or tube flare. The correct answer is C. The tube will probably get weaker or damaged if a flared tube coupling nut is over-tightened, and it will most likely fail at the tube flare, fitting nut, or sleeve. Q8215-3. When installing a castle nut, and the nut castellation does not align with the cotter pin hole in the bot within the torque range, the acceptable practice is to A. Back the nut off and align it to the nearest hole. B. Continue tightening the nut to the next hole. C. Change the nut or washer and try again. The correct answer is C. The cotter pin holes may not match up with the slots in the nuts for the range of suggested values when tightening castellated nuts on bolts. The nut may not be over-torqued unless it pertains to highly stressed engine elements. Realign the holes after removing the hardware. 8216. Which statement concerning Bernoulli's principle is true? A. The pressure of a fluid increases at points where the velocity of the fluid increases. B. The pressure of a fluid decreases at points where the velocity of the fluid increases. C. It applies only to gases and vaporized liquids. The correct answer is B. Bernoulli's principle states that as the velocity of a fluid increases, the pressure within the fluid decreases, and vice versa. This principle applies to both liquids and gases, not just vaporized liquids. 8217-1. Bonded clamps are used for support when installing metal tubing. 2. Unbonded clamps are used for support when installing wiring. Regarding the above statements, A. Only one is true. B. Both 1 and 2 are true. C. Neither 1 nor 2 is true. The correct answer is B. When tightening castellated nuts on bots, the cotter pin holes might not line up with the slots in the nuts for the recommended range of values. If the nut does not relate to highly strained engine components, it may not be over-torqued. After removing the hardware, realign the holes. 8217-1. Which statement is true regarding flattening of tubing in bends? A. The small diameter of the flattened portion must not be less than 65% of the original outside diameter. B. The small diameter of the flattened portion must not be less than 75% of the original outside diameter. C. The small diameter portion in the bend cannot exceed more than 75% of the diameter of straight tubing. The correct answer is B. The small diameter of the flattened portion must not be less than 75% of the original outside diameter. 8218. A 318-inch aircraft high-pressure flexible hose is compared to 3 divided by B-inch metal tubing used in the same system will A. Have higher flow capabilities. B. Have equivalent flow characteristics. C. Usually have interchangeable applications. The correct answer is B. In any area of an aviation fluid system where it has been demonstrated by the aircraft manufacturer to be acceptable, flexible hose may be employed. The hose needs to be able to tolerate vibration, carry pressure, and pass the necessary fluid flow. Aris, the internal diameter of a flexible hose, measured in 1 divided by 16-inch increments, roughly represents the hose's size. The outside diameter of a rigid tube with equivalent flow characteristics is what is meant by this.